So look at the top of your notes. We are doing substitution today. So we already covered graphing. We covered graphing inequalities. Now we're going to cover substitution. Then tomorrow we'll review. Friday you'll have a quiz over those three things. So this is the last new thing of the week. First thing that you're going to do is choose your sub-equation. Now, your sub-equation needs to already be solved. And so remember that what solved means is that one of your letters is already by itself. Okay, so if you want to put solved means that you have a letter by itself. Now, that needs to already be true, or it should be able to be done very easily. Yes? Okay, after notes. Okay, now we're going to skip number 1, and we're actually going to do the second example first. So look down at number 2, look at your equations. Okay, down here, top or bottom, which of those has a letter already by itself? The second one. So write that one down. Is it locked? Hi. What can I help you with? I do, but he's not here today. He's what? Oh, okay. So he might be up here soon. He's eating breakfast. What do you need him for? Is this a top secret mission?
Somebody stole his phone and I'm trying to track him.
Oh no. Okay, yeah, maybe cafeteria. Okay. Alright, so looking at number 2, we said the bottom one is already solved. So this is going to be my sub-equation, 8s minus 10. Okay, come back up to the top, look at your steps. Step number 2 says, I'm going to use the sub-equation to replace the solved variable in the other equation. Okay, so come back down here. The other equation is going to go in the middle. So 3r plus 9s equals 36 goes in the middle. Then what's going to happen is I'm going to take all of this stuff right here and I'm going to replace the letter that was by itself. Notice here, r was by itself, so that's the one that we're going to take out. We're going to plug that in its place. Now, when we say substitute, think about it. If I get a substitute, I don't still come to school. That person takes my spot. So r is going to go out of the equation, and 8s minus 10 is going to go into the equation. Okay, but think about it. Just because I'm not here, all the other teachers still show up. So the 9s is still here, the 36 is still here. The only thing that changes is that that r goes out, the 8s minus 10 goes in. Okay, come back up to your steps. Okay, after I replace, then I need to simplify and solve. So notice that what's different here is now I have all s stuff. So what is 3 times 8s? 24s. What's 3 times minus 10? Negative 30. Plus 9s equals 36. Now that the parentheses are gone, I can combine like terms. What is 24s plus 9s? Combine those. 33s. Good. Minus 30. Equals 36. What do I do with the minus 30? Add 30. Good. What is 36 plus 30 on the right side? So I have 33s equals 66. Okay, then last step, how do I get rid of a number right in front of s like that? Divide. And when you divide 66 by 33, what do you get? 2. Okay, come back up to your steps. Let's look at the last column. Okay, so it says simplify and solve. Okay, then if you come back up here, it says now use your sub-equation to find the second variable. Okay, so if I come back down here, these columns are going to exactly match, but what's going to change is that when I get to the s, now I know what s is. What's s? 2. 8 times 2 minus 10. What is 8 times 2? 16. 16 minus 10 is 6. So then I know r is 6, s is 2. Make sense? Okay. That's it. Now there are a couple of special cases, so we're going to do probably 3 more examples, then you'll have the rest of the class to work on your homework. So turn over to the back, please. Next example that we're going to work is going to be the one at the top. Okay, so we have y equals negative 3x plus 11, and negative x plus y is negative 1. Okay, looking at those two equations, top or bottom, which one already has a letter alone? The y equals the top. Now remember, it does not matter which letter is alone. As long as one of them is alone, you're good. Okay, then I'm going to go to my middle, negative x plus y equals negative 1. Remember, this should be the sub-equation, and then this should be whatever the other one is. Okay, then remember, okay, the negative 3x plus 11 is going to substitute for what it's equal to. It's equal to y, so y is going to come out, and negative 3x plus 11 is going to go in its place. So what will my next line be? What do I start with? Negative x plus negative 3x plus 11, and then negative 1. Now, notice that on this example, I did not write parentheses. Here's the difference. Did y have a number in front of it? Then you don't need parentheses. If y does have a number in front of it, you have to put them there so that you distribute. So if there's no number in front of y here, you don't need parentheses. Okay? From here, combine like terms. What is negative 1x minus 3 more x's? Negative 4x, good. Okay, what would I do from there? Minus 11, very good, because we got to get rid of that. What is negative 1 minus 11 more? Negative 4x is negative 12. Last step, divide by negative 4. Now, 12 divided by 4 is 3, but will I keep it positive or negative? Positive. Because remember that if 12 is already negative and 4 is negative, that gives you a positive result. Then remember, your outside equations should match, except now we know what x is. X is 3. So I would say y equals negative 3 times 3 plus 11. So the only thing that changes in that last column from the first column is you plug in that number. What's negative 3 times 3? Negative 9 plus 11. What do we get then? 2. Perfect. You got it. Okay? Alright, skip down to number 6 for me, please. Number 6. Okay, look at your equations. Either the top or the bottom should already be solved. Which one is it here? Top. Now, what's tricky about it is, do you see how x is on the other side? Okay, but is it still alone? Because that's what matters. Yes. So, x equals 2y minus 3. That's my sub-equation. I'm just going to switch the sides around because I know that it doesn't matter which one comes first. Then in the middle, negative 2x plus 4y equals 6. From there, 2y minus 3 is my substitute. It always takes out the letter that was alone. So in this case, my x is alone. That means my x is the one I'm taking out. So I'm going to plug it in right here. Will I need to use parentheses when I substitute? Yes, because there's a negative 2 in the front. So 2y minus 3 goes in, 4y, 6. From there, we're going to distribute negative 2 times 2y. What do I get? Negative 4y. Negative 2 times negative 3 plus 6 plus 4y equals 6. Okay, what happens next? I combine like terms. I have a negative 4y, positive 4y. What happens? They cancel out. Very good. When this happens, negative 4 plus 4 cross out. Your answer is either no solution or infinity solution. Here's how you tell the difference. Look at what's left over. 6 equals 6. Is that true?
Yes.
Then it's infinity solutions. What if it said 6 equals like 10? Then you would say no solution. You got it. Okay, and then obviously if the answer is infinity or no solutions, you don't have to do that last column because you're not going to get an answer. Okay? Alright, next one, flip back over to the front. Now we're going to do number 1. Because it is another special case. So which one is already solved, top or bottom? Okay, bottom. So b equals negative 3a minus 2. 6a plus 2b equals 10 goes in the middle. Okay, from there, I'm going to take my negative 3a minus 2. I'm going to replace it with where my b is. Now again, how do I know I'm taking b out? Because b was alone. Okay, so from there, I have 6a plus. Do I need parentheses for this substitution? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Negative 3a minus 2, 10. If you have parentheses, you have to distribute, then combine like terms. So my 2 times my negative 3a, what am I going to get there? Okay, so I have 6a minus 6a. What about negative 2 times, 2 times negative 2? Negative 4. After I distribute, I want to combine those a terms together. What's going to happen? They're going to cancel out. And remember, it's either no solution or all solution, but you have to look at what's left over. Does negative 4 really equal 10? No. Then it's no solution. So if it comes out to really be equal, okay, then you would say yes. If it comes out to not be equal, you would say no solution. Okay? All right, what I want you to do now is look on your homework at the third one. Okay? And I want you to set that up for me. Okay, first question, so this is on your homework looking at number 3. Which equation is already solved, top or bottom? Top. So 5x minus 2 is going to go in the first column. That means that negative 3x plus 6y equals negative 12 is going in the middle. Then I'm going to take my 5x minus 2, and I'm going to sub it in for y. Notice, why am I plugging in for y? Because y was alone. Okay? From here, we're plugging this in right there. Come on. I said, hey, come on. Negative 3x plus, do I need parentheses, yes or no? Yes, because what's in the front? A number. And if there's a number right in front of where you're subbing, you have to use them. Okay, 5x minus 2, negative 12. From there, I have negative 3x plus. I got to take that 6, distribute it in. 6 times 5x is 30x. 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. From there, combine like terms. What is 30x if I take away 3 of them? 27x minus 12, negative 12. Okay, what do I do next? Add 12 across. What happens on this side? They cross out. What about here? Okay, now, when they cross out, question. Okay, are the x's crossing out? No, the numbers are crossing out. What is negative 12 and 12? 0. That still counts as a number. So do we see how this situation is different than what happened in the notes? The x is crossed out there. Here, the x is staying right there. What do I do next then with the 27? Divide. What's 0 divided by 27? 0. And 0 is a number just like all the other numbers. It counts. So what can't happen is that your x's can't go away. But if your number crosses out, you just keep solving. Okay, from there, y equals 5 times x minus 2. But now I know that my x needs to have a 0 plugged in. What's 5 times 0? 0 minus 2 is negative 2. Okay? Alright, so you have the rest of the class. Finish yesterday's homework first. If you have not already turned that in, homework 12, and then finish this one second, okay? You can do it. If y'all want to work together.